Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Decentralized Science up 1.3% on the day, back to $914 million. It feels just like Bitcoin, where it just seems to be trading at the exact same valuation, up or down in a single day, but not actually making any progress in one direction or the other. Trading volume $127 million is actually quite a bit of money flowing through the space. Currently speaking, the space is being led today by Amex, Metformin, Euro, Bioprotocol, and Medical Veta, and Oncology Network. We also have Noble Blocks up 10% today, which is a little exciting. Some life breathing into the DeSci market. What's holding us down right now is Encryption, Sui DeSci Agents, Neos, If Science, and Not DeFi Hellman. I have a very interesting lineup of things to talk about here today because we're going to talk about the different figures in the regular space who are starting to talk about decentralized science and actually bring attention to the industry. Now, there is a bit of a learning curve when it comes to decentralized science, so a lot of these people are just starting to dip their toes into the landscape and are going to take a little bit of time to wrap their head around what is going on in the space. Speaking of what is going on, what's going on, Steve the Canadian? Good morning, Stare. Good morning, Beagle. MK. Beagle said happy birthday, and so did Invisible. My birthday is tomorrow, but I will graciously accept the happy birthdays today. Thank you guys for thinking of me. And Soldier says RFK confirmed today. I know it is a very good day to be interested in health and academia, now that we have RFK coming in to flip the script on what Big Pharma and the unhealthy cycle of the United States healthcare system really is founded on. I'm excited to see how things evolve in that regard, but let's get into what everyone is here to talk about today. Bitcoin going down 2.4% today. It's weird AF to look at this chart because we've had a series of days. We've been at these same prices now for well over a week. It's been 11 days that Bitcoin has just been trending sideways at basically the exact same level. We have swings up and down, but look at this. Even for 4 days in a row, the open and the close price was the exact same. Now we're having the close price be a little bit different, but the swings still remain in that same range of price action for Bitcoin. It is quite concerning, a bit weird, and I went back to try and look through to see a different period in which we did this, and we did it back here for a little bit before skyrocketing up, but more importantly, I think what we're going through right now reminds me of this period back in August of 23. And then we saw a massive spike to wipe out the shorts and a massive dump which wiped out all the longs. So I would not be that surprised if we got a kind of whiplash again in the current market where we revisited potentially all-time highs to wipe out any shorts and then whipped down to wipe out any longs, and then continued onwards. I really wish that didn't happen. I hope that we can just have that nice steady uptrend, but I don't get to make the rules. I just tell you what's going on. And speaking of what's going on, we saw none other than Andrew Huberman join a decentralized science space yesterday. The DeSci space that was going on while I was live with the Pump Science team, well, it was really just Benjels, but while I was live with Benjels, we saw a massive X space going on with over 60 different DeSci projects joining in to talk in that space. And what was happening there was pretty profound because there were thousands of people who stopped by. And at one point, Andrew Huberman was one of the people who came by to talk, or he didn't talk, but to listen about decentralized science. I think that freeze of the NIH and the funding has really gotten him into thinking of alternatives. And we early on planted that seed of DeSci into his brain, like it feels like almost a year ago at this point, but it was like 8 months ago when I was tagging him every day, shilling him DeSci. We planted the seed. He acknowledged the posts. He liked a couple of them. He responded to me saying, "Don't stare into the sun." So we knew he knew about DeSci. And now the market is forcing him to actually look into it a little bit more. So that is exciting. Would love to get some podcasts out of him with some of the prominent figures in the DeSci landscape. We'll see. Andrew basically would have let you go blind looking at the sun. I wouldn't forgive him until he got you an interview. Now, no, I was never looking into the sun, and I still do it to this day. I just don't ever take the photo and post it on X anymore because it was just annoying. I don't know. It was like I had to just take a selfie every single day staring into the sun, and not every single day I was doing it. And then I got guilty, and then I didn't do it. But it's all right. It's still very healthy to align yourself every morning. If you're feeling tired, you're yawning a crazy amount, you feel like the coffee's not hitting, go outside and look up into the sky for like 3 minutes and you'll wake right up. Everything will just be fine again. Maybe it's already the next day in our time zone. True that. Well, thank you. I appreciate all of these happy birthday messages. Dan the Man, happy whiskey. No whiskey. Spec Truth, GM, C90, GM. Andrew is selling his blue light blocking sunglasses. True. Yes, he is. Blue light is definitely dangerous, but it's all right. I saw an interesting study that was revealed, or correlation study, that showcased how when sunglasses first hit the market, we saw a massive rise in skin cancer. And the idea is that by blocking out some of these rays or some of these sunlight rays from hitting our eyes, our body's not actually producing the things that would fight the skin cancer that you get from being out in the sun. And so really, you shouldn't be wearing sunglasses, according to that at least. I don't know if it's 100% true, but on to the next thing. We saw Decentralized Science going mainstream on the block. We had Paul from Bio and Molecule and all those fun family ecosystem of projects out there. He was on the block being interviewed. Now, the block is a very prominent voice in the space of crypto. They have 473,000 followers over on their X account, which is quite substantial. And it's an hour-long interview with Paul about decentralized science and what's going on over in Bio Protocol, which is very powerful and very exciting to see, and it potentially leads to why we're seeing Bio up an astonishing 17% today, with $86 million of trading volume just today. That's pretty nuts. So bringing in that attention, we are in fact going mainstream. Another huge thing, the actual Solana account itself is bull posting decentralized science, welcoming Curetopia, again from the Bio Protocol ecosystem, into Solana's ecosystem for DeSci. So literally Solana themselves are now bull posting DeSci. We see Solana with an astonishing 3.2 million followers on their X account. It is, in fact, about time, Andreas. I'm going to go ahead and hit that like button, just like you guys should do. If you're enjoying the content, if you like decentralized science and you appreciate all of the breakdowns that we give on a daily cadence, then I would definitely appreciate you hit that like button. I'm also noticing that I'm not following Solana, so this is your call to action as well, to follow along if you are new here or just tuning in. I do think that I need to change this to live messages so I can see everyone's comments. Another exciting mention of decentralized science here comes from CZ actually, but let me find the actual post. It seems that I have misplaced it. We saw CZ talking about DeSci again. Here it is. Remember what CZ said last year about DeSci? We need small pools of research funding. Countries will adopt and to streamline biotech, and there should be 1,000 early stage experiments on chain. Pump Science is helping with that, getting a lot of early stage experiments on chain, but that is not just a random post they made. They made that in response to CZ 2 days ago saying BNB chain in 2025 has sub 1 second block finality, which is amazing, has 100 million transactions per day, which is nuts. They have gasless transactions, they have smart wallets, they have AI, they have memes, they have dev tools, and they also have DeSci. So we have CZ, again, soft mentioning DeSci as one of the things that he is toting on BNB chain. Now, they have DeSci because of Zaya. they have decentralized science because of Zaya. So Zaya, currently speaking, is the only DeSci project that is built on Binance Smart Chain. So that means that CZ is fully aware, my computer just froze, nice, fully aware of Zaya on BNB chain, which is pretty cool, pretty exciting to see. So maybe he'll be paying close attention there. Maybe something is potentially in the works. I'm not sure. But all of these large figures are talking about decentralized science. It's just that the current landscape of the market doesn't really care too much about the altcoins. We are seeing, earlier today at least, dominance was red when I first started getting ready for the live stream. So we're seeing a pickup of dominance in the last hour or so pretty aggressively. It looked like it was going to be swinging down, but it is currently trending below all of the moving averages on the hourly chart. And this formation that they're playing out in right now for Bitcoin dominance is in fact going lower and lower and lower. It is a definitive downtrend. If we go look at Ethereum, Bitcoin, the valuation, you're seeing that it is building out support on top of the moving averages as we speak. As we speak, it is building out support on top of the moving averages, on the hourly at least. So we'll see if this trend is going to be continuing, if this was in fact the bottom of the ETH Bitcoin valuation, and subsequently the start of the altcoin season. I'm not going to hold my breath. I'm not going to hold my breath just because historically, so far for the last 2 or 3 years, holding your breath would result in dying. It's just been such a long, drawn-out procedure of finding a bottom and getting altcoins and others to actually start going up. But that's right. CowDAO needs to introduce milk into the ecosystem. Buy your cow to earn milk for free. Oh my god. Broccoli DAO. Why Broccoli DAO, Beagle? Why? Someone's got to show CZ noble. That would be bullish. I would love for CZ to gain some exposure to Noble Blocks. Noble Blocks up. Okay, now it's only up 1.8%, but it is starting to climb back up a little bit, show some support or some life down here at these low levels. It is always mind-blowing to me that you get people just like dumping their portfolio in a lot of these high-performing assets at like local bottoms. It's just the same story over and over again. Retail chases from one hot narrative to the next, often marking the top and bottom based off of their moves. But that's, of course, just me talking from a position of most of my portfolio being in these coins. And so take it with a grain of salt, but it's a story as old as time. Retail is the last to enter into exciting narratives and the first to be caught holding the bag. Full moon means we should pump now, says Beagle. I agree. I agree. Simply put, if you actually go look at it, I know we talk about it more than I actually anticipated talking about it, but if you go down to the hourly chart, as soon as we got the full moon, we started taking off. Like literally the moment the full moon was printed on the chart, we just started going straight up on Bitcoin. Now it's coming back down, but we're only a day into it. Like last night was the full moon, so. I need to create a slideshow, quote, why don't we need an emergency fund, quote, and sit down with my wife this weekend. These entries are disgusting, egregious. They are quite egregious. These entries actually are kind of insane to be seeing and have the opportunity to get into. Even last full moon, we printed, immediately started going up. Full moon before that, printed, just started going straight up. Full moon before that, printed, started immediately going up. A little bit of a sell-off, and then continued onwards for the rest of that month. Full moon, immediately started going up. Immediately started going up. We'll see. We will see. I would love for us on Bitcoin to break out of this little channel we've been in for a couple days, right? If we could find some support, I think it's already starting to show a little bit more strength in it, right? RSI is back down to the same levels that it was when we were at the bottom of the channel the previous times, and we are in the middle of the channel. So it is very, very realistic here that we've got enough support, enough momentum to kind of build out a new floor right here at least on the hourly. There's a lot of congestion right there anyways, so doesn't matter though. Ultimately, what Bitcoin does here in the short term has zero impact on where I believe the market is headed for the duration of this cycle. I do not think that this was the peak, and I don't think anyone with true common sense believes this was the peak. It's just that PPI data came out today a little bit hotter than people were expecting, which shouldn't be a surprise considering CPI came out a little bit hotter than what people were expecting. And the stock market is up. Stocks as a whole right now are pushing back up to all-time highs. We have gold absolutely ripping. Gold has been printing new all-time highs day after day for months at this point. We've just seen gold go astronomical. It's up in the last year. I think gold is up like 50%, which just doesn't happen normally. But gold is a precursor most of the time to what Bitcoin ends up doing. So gold had a big pullback starting in October and then broke out to all-time highs back in January. And Bitcoin had a top period here in December, and then October, November, December. So we're 2 months behind gold. So presuming 2 months behind would mean sometime in April breaking out to all-time highs. I don't want to wait that long, but that's okay. It is what it is. We're already here. We're already this deep into it. You might as well just enjoy the ride. I have some other things pulled up about DeSci, but I'm curious what you guys are thinking. I also might end this live stream a little bit early today, not 20 minutes into it, but a little bit early today because I just have so many things that my brain is preoccupied on when it comes to Bill. Like I've got a lot of conversations ongoing that I need to coordinate, and I have a lot of activities or new insights that have just recently been dropped at my desk that I have to manage and find solutions for. So it's exciting. It's really cool. And I'm loving the amount of things that I found last night really got me excited to continue pushing with Bill here. The introduction that I had over the weekend was something that doesn't come often. Pause. Dominance went below 60%. Let's go. Hoping the moon saves our bags is not the cope I was expecting this cycle. Yep, me neither. Me neither. I have a lot of silver scrap to turn in. Need any help? I know I have to get back to you too, Spectruth. Today, I know you were asking about something today, and I am down, but it's just I just didn't respond. A lot of silver scrap. I have a bunch of silver right here, actually. I wonder what silver is up to these days. I wonder how silver has been performing. It's gonna just, there we go. Silver starting to coil up. Starting to slowly print new highs. They definitely had a bit of a rush back here last year, and then taking some time to kind of rebuild new support at these highs. Can we get silver to break out to all-time highs? Something we haven't seen since 2011. The chart looks gorgeous for silver to actually be able to go in and print that new high. Everything seems to be doing it, so why not silver? A nice little 50% gain, potentially over the span of 2 years, though. That's the thing. These things move really slowly, compared to crypto at least. Compared to crypto, 50% gains in 2 years is actually really good gains in traditional financial markets. However, in crypto markets, it would be a nice up day. 50% gains would be a nice little green move in the markets if we saw stuff like that. Let's do something next week. No problem. Appreciate it, Spec. I'll respond to you as soon as the live is over. I went down the rabbit hole of benefits of nicotine, bullish C90. What'd you find? Any reports coming back? Any insight to give? What a man in love starts doing. Patrick starts looking at moon cycles in a Bitcoin chart for Amanda. Basically. It was raining here yesterday, so we didn't get to stare into the moon.
I know.
I make jewelry as a side gig. I save all scrap and sawdust. That's smart, MK. That's smart. Time to turn it in. Buy the dip. Buy the dip. Most of my family smokes cigars and love the natural nicotine. No problem with any of them. You would be surprised at how many traders use numerology and moon phases. Yeah, I mean, the Fibonacci sequence is a main tool that people use in the markets, and that's based literally just off of math found in nature. It's just nature. The Fibonacci sequence is just a tool derived from natural things that you see, natural coincidences that just happen. And so it's basically just, as Amanda says, it's science that hasn't been proven yet. A lot of that stuff is. But maybe DeSci can solve it. Maybe DeSci. What else do we have up here? We have Mark from a lot of the bioprotocol stuff. Mark is a prominent figure, a good voice in the space to follow. He says, my DeSci thinking experiment for the day. How can AI agent systems combined with organoid automation accelerate drug development and solution development? So the idea of putting AI agent systems inside of living organisms, put it like creating cyborgs essentially and actually getting data directly from the source. I think it's pretty unique idea, a little bit Mark of the Beast, but pretty interesting, and it is already happening. So the accelerations and the insight, the data aggregation that will come from that type of activity and being able to not just simulate things, but actually get direct information from living organoids in the body or even just in the environment. It's going to be pretty interesting to see it play out. And of course, we have to talk about Usain Bolt from Pump Science. One of the Pump Science mice died. R.I.P. little guy. Moment of silence. DeSci lost its number one hero and 7th fastest mouse today, Usain Bolt. Though he wasn't as fast as the other mice, he showed a lot of heart. Sad. Perhaps if he was able to get some gene therapies from Genome's DAO, he might have been able to survive a little bit longer than how long he was able to survive for. So Genome's DAO is currently having a vote on Snapshot. We can go look at the vote here and see that we have 75% result for... Most people are voting for 75%. What is this even asking now? Genome's single staking APY for free genomic sequencing kits. Following the rapid growth of the number of genomic sequences in vaults in our infrastructure, we would like to make sure that all those active in our community can also benefit from the many advantages of being a vault holder. It always makes me think of Borderlands. Rip Usain. R.I.P. TLDR, nicotine promotes brain activity, but not worth being addicted to a stimulant if you don't need to be. Everyone's addicted to something, but I agree. If you can avoid addiction, it's the best case. Unless it's like working out or eating broccoli or something. I don't know. At least I have a reason to buy Watch with Moon Phases. A little while ago, Yeti was talking about quantum class that Dynex works with. Curious if someone would need any experience to take that class. So there are currently 60 people in the class, and it's in partnership with a university. And so I think you need a little bit of Python coding experience to take the class, and then you go through the university in order to actually gain access to the curriculum. Or, get this, you can also just go on Amazon and purchase the book that the course is built off of. And if somebody reminds me in a minute after I read the genome stuff, we can go look at that book. I just bought it, so it should be here actually in a couple days. To further boost that number for our users, we want to reward genome single stakers who haven't had their genome sequenced. This will allow solo stakers to participate in the platform at no cost. We would like to gauge the community on what appropriate APY, for example, if we set an annual percentage yield of 100% for staking genome, this means that over the course of the year, you'll earn equal to the amount of genome that you staked. If If you stake 10,000 genome, you'll earn the equivalent of 10,000 genome in reward after 1 year. At a price of 3 cents, that yields $300 for 10,000 genome. That's pretty crazy. Please vote 50%, 75%, or 100%. Right now, the poll is leading with 75% APY. That is quite interesting. I would just assume that the market would want 100%, but clearly some large market participants are voting for less than 100%, 75%. Another thing is that the World Health Organization is asking for basically Genome DAO. Basically, Genomes DAO, the World Health Organization, is asking for a simple way to data share genetic information and inclusive ethnic genomics. Shaping ethical and inclusive genomics, rather. So the publication of the WHO Guidance for Human Genome Data Collection Access, Using and Sharing in November 24 marks a major milestone in advancing ethical standards for genetic data globally. For the first time, a comprehensive set of principles has been established to ensure respect for individual rights, promote equality, and foster collaboration. So we're seeing advancements and a need for privatized data sharing of your most valuable data that you could possibly provide. That is basically all I have for you guys. So weekly update from Long COVID Labs. We have Paul promoting the talk he had with Block. We have CZ shilling his dog, participating in the nonsense that is meme coin mania right now. Python is not hard, especially if your brain has a little tism. It's practically one of the easiest to learn. Bullish. Bullish. What's going on, Wild Africa? Welcome. And of course, for everyone who's been watching, the government is corrupt. You have a meeting?
Yeah.
Good luck.
Thanks.
You want to say hi?
Hi.
I know. Have fun. Biohacker DeSci project highlight. Who are they highlighting, you think? Oh, DeSci World project highlight is Biohacker DAO. Try this supplement. Cut out carbs, fast for 48 hours. Bro, trust me, it works. I cut out carbs for the most part. I still eat fruit and vegetables, which are carbs, but I feel a lot better. A lot better. Is Amanda considered an outlaw since TikTok ban? No, because it's not banned anymore. They banned it to unban it, to ban it again later. They're just being little weirdos. They actually initiated like brand new projects and everything, so her workload like tripled. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Oh, CZ, broccoli story, a year and a half, this is an hour ago. Nonsense. CZ, can you stop? I need you to shill DeSci. Stop shilling other people's bags and come shill my bag. Then we got Hair. I'm curious if Hair is doing any better on their raise from the other day. 2 payments totaling 0.65 ETH, so they are in fact not able to sell any in the second round. And then Axon. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. So Axon is celebrating their 1-year anniversary. So a year ago, is it today? A year ago today? Yes. A year ago today, Axon launched. So happy birthday to Axon. Launched the day before my birthday. Actually pretty crazy to think about. I remember vividly that day, like it happened no more than a year ago. Pretty crazy to think about all the things that have happened to DeSci after the launch of Axon. When Axon launched, there were only like a dozen DeSci projects to pay attention to. Maybe 20, but not all of them were worth it. Now there are maybe hundreds, but 100. And it's pretty impossible to pay attention to. Okay, Biohacker. bullish. In 23, Sol outperformed Bitcoin and ETH. In 24, Bitcoin outperformed ETH and Sol. And in 25, ETH will outperform Sol and Bitcoin. I kind of agree with that take. Not gonna lie. Do you guys agree with it? How are you guys feeling? Are you guys like abandoning the idea that Ethereum is worth hanging on to? That's kind of cool. Sorry. I get distracted by these from Science Girl. ETH Foundation crushes us every time. I am out. Crypto Twitter is toxic bears right now. I know. I love it. Bullish on ETH from Beagle. Nah, it's fine, says Derek. Full hopium on ETH from Zach. I mean, most of my bags are denoted in ETH, so I kind of need it to be bullish. I need it to be bullish. I'm holding my positions, adding weekly to these DeSci plays. Bullish. Pays to have a reoccurring income model, pays aka a job. BlackRock and Trump are still bidding TF out of ETH. I know. Every single day, we're seeing more and more people scoop up ETH. It's actually pretty powerful. Just 11 hours ago, a whale bought $97 million worth of Ethereum. That's a large purchase. It's kind of what caused that spike, right? Like, people are loading up aggressively on Ethereum, and it's smart money, it's big money, it's people with a lot of wealth to throw around. This was February 12th, two whales have bought 170,000 ETH worth 442 million in the past 3 days. Retail is panic selling ETH, whales are loading up. Oh, people are buying Hex. It's pretty crazy to see. But sentiment is definitely the lowest that it's been in a very long time on Ethereum. And I don't blame anyone. Like, it's kind of inexcusable that it's not yet even really broken close to all-time highs. Like, it keeps getting rejected right at 4,000. I would love to see time spent between 4,000 and 4,500 just chopping for a little bit. But it's not happened yet, and there's no real telling when it is going to happen. Like, this kind of move is kind of what I would like to see, but I also don't want to have to sit through and wait for that kind of move. Oh, that's not what I want to see. Let me get a better one. That was not what I thought it was going to end up turning into. This is kind of what I want to see. Where we go tease a new high, fall down, find support at that $4,000 area, and can chop for a little bit. This is what I would love to see. If through the end of Q1, we see a skyrocket in ETH where it breaks all-time highs, everyone gets super hyped, everyone thinks that it's time for the moon again, and then it falls back down. Everyone's like, what the actual F? Through the summer, we get that consolidation period, that lull, and then towards the end of the summer, we start creeping back up for potentially that blow off top where ETH just kind of goes straight up for a couple months. Up close to 10 grand. I do still think we'll see $10,000 ETH by the end of the year if we get that second leg, right? If we get that second leg, I think that we might be able to see ETH close the year out close to 10 grand. And then that's it. That's basically the rest of the bull run. So all that time, all that fun time to accumulate, panic, make a shit ton of money. And in this period is when you see our bags go crazy. Just like during this period when DeSci took off the first time. And during this period when DeSci took off the second time. And hopefully during this period when DeSci picks up for the third time in the cycle. I just don't want to wait for the annual tweet that comes out of CZ in November. I don't want to wait for that, guys. I'm not interested in waiting that long. Someone hack his account. Someone get a hold of Dynex, figure out how to break his password, go into CZ's account, and post, I am full porting into Bill Nye, the DeSci guy. I am full porting into these 5 coins. Bill, Noble, Poseidon, Data Lake, Axon, Wellshare, Bio, Research, Genomes. Just those 5. That's it. That's all I'm asking. I don't think it's that much work. My friends who hold no or little Bitcoin are not in a good headspace right now. I would agree with that. A lot of people are panicked to the max degree. Like, Bitcoin's really been the only thing providing that stability for people. Like, genuinely, if you're holding Bitcoin right now, you're not experiencing the same level of pullback. You're not experiencing that same level of fear in the market. If your portfolio is made up of Bitcoin to a point that also correlates to dominance, like if you have 60% of your portfolio in Bitcoin, you're only experiencing maybe like a 20% pull down right now, which is very normal. I wouldn't even bat an eye if my account was only down 20%. Would not even bat an eye. Just those 5 lists every single DeSci coin. Exactly, Zach. I'm just looking for those 5. That's it. 61. All right, C90. Mods. Good morning, Johnny. 24% pull down from all-time high. See, that's fine. That's totally manageable. Not 24% left from all-time high. That's not as manageable. That's not as fun. Not as fun at all. In the watch list right now, we got Euro, Eagle AI, Riff leading the way. Everything else bleeding. Creator Bid is not having a fun day today, but it did have a crazy rally for a few days in a row. So you can't really expect up only. I was really hoping we got up only, but you can't really expect up only on stuff. So Creator Bid, $20 million market cap once again. Having a bit of a struggle day today. It's part of the cycle where we plan crime. Yeah, see, it's normal. It's normal talk, guys. Nothing abnormal here at all. Okay, well, I have a lot of things that I want to do today. My brain is definitely focused in on some other developmental things. So we'll spend the next 4 minutes with any questions you guys have. I don't see anyone over from the X live stream, so I'm just going to say hi here because I'm missing Jonathan. But what do you guys have? Unless the X live stream never actually went live because I never actually clicked it on the... No, we're live. Just didn't actually post it, so nobody knows we're live, despite going live Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to talk about decentralized science and the broader crypto market. Interestingly enough, right now, we are seeing the same thing that we've been seeing for the last 12 days. February 10th, I will stand on that hill though. February 10th marked the official turning point in the market. And I know it's chopping around right now. Hi, C90. Thank you for being on both streams at the same time, boosting numbers. I know we're still chopping around right now, but February 10th marked the turning point. Return of the bulls. Bottom of sentiment. Hello, Zach. My in-house CoinRock Maxi. I had my Jeetbot snipe stuff yesterday and today. How many of you guys have used the Jeetbot referral and actually traded with it? I see like 24 people have used the referral code for Jeetbot. How many of you guys have actually used it though and experimented with it? It's pretty intriguing. Let me grab my referral code really quickly. Your referral link. Text copied to clipboard. And then we'll go here and we will post it on X. And then we will sign in to the YouTube chat so that I can post stuff with you. That was close. And we will post the link there as well for the Telegram trading bot with the Profit Maxi feature and all the exciting things that come with the product that our good friends over at CoinRock and Default and Blockchain Boy have put together. It has a killer referral program. So truly, they have a sniping feature. They have someone hit a 45,000% snipe today. That is kind of retarded. That's actually very nuts. Yeah, I turned it on. I've had one successful snipe so far. The cool part about it is that in periods of time right now, okay, so I talked to Default and Lucas about how to kind of use the sniping feature. And so the cool part is right now where everyone is talking about one topic, okay? Everyone's talking about broccoli, CZ's dog, and everyone's trying to get CZ's dog's name, and for hours and for days it was boiled down to a little bit. During those periods of high time in which like everyone's funneling into just a couple altcoins and a couple meme coins, you turn on the sniping feature for JeetBot and it will snipe brand new launches that meet a certain set requirement within the system, and it will automatically just get you in and get you out for predetermined amounts. And so it's pretty powerful in that. What it's not good for is when everyone's just like floating around doing nonsense. You want to turn it off because it will continue to just snipe coins that meet those parameters, and you'll get rugged a bunch of times. But if anyone wants to play around with it, it is pretty powerful and pretty crazy to actually see it in action. And they have a bunch of other features as well, like Profit Maxi, limit orders for getting out and in, and an airdrop that they'll be doing for anyone who is using some of the advanced features like that Profit Maxi setting. So if you're in a position and you want to get out of it, you sell using the Profit Maxi stuff, and it sells matching buy volume so that you don't hurt the chart, and thus you can maximize how much money you get out of a position when you're exiting it. It's on Solana. Pretty fun, pretty cool. I definitely recommend it because I know that this is just like V1. This is like the alpha version. I know they did all the beta testing and everything, but the amount of stuff they have planned going is pretty cool, pretty impactful. And of course, oh yeah, Pi. I almost forgot about that. How many of you guys mined Pi? Is this it? No, this is not it. We go to Coinbase. Well, let's just go check here. How many of you guys mined Pi? How many of you guys know what Pi coin is? It's kind of crazy because apparently Pi Network is officially going to be going live on the 20th. And from what I see, Pi IOUs is not Pi. Pi Network price is not $60. Sad. The IOU token is not related to Pi, and the price of one Pi is yet to be established in any exchange. Don't fall prey to investing in the wrong coin. Damn it, that's sad. I was hoping that Pi would launch at $60 because I have hundreds of them. It's pretty nuts. It was basically an app that you installed on your phone years ago, and you just like logged in and clicked validate, and then you just got Pi. Derek, I don't know how you've had the conviction to log in every single day. That's pretty crazy. Pi will never convert to an open market. No, that's not it. LOL. Everyone mined Pi for a week or two. Hilarious. I know. Literally, everyone was like, oh, I can download this app and just mine Pi. And it looks like they're actually going to be listing stuff fairly soon. So we'll see what actually ends up coming out and how that all unfolds. I will be dumping instantaneously because I'm sure everyone will be dumping instantaneously. Yeah, everyone was using Pi, but not for a ton of time. It was just a quick little trend that came through. Cool. DeSci agents on Sui are making their way to Bitmart. I wonder where they got all the money to pay for this stuff. I wish that projects would stop going on centralized exchanges. What the hell is this? It's like a robotic centipede. AI infrastructure taking a dump today. All right. RFK being confirmed is crazy bullish for DeSci. Super excited to see that. Time is your most valuable asset. Hopefully this is worth investing it into. I appreciate all of you guys being here with me, and I will talk to you guys in all of the chats. Also, tomorrow's my birthday. I have some things planned in the morning, so it is potential that tomorrow's live stream will be later than 12. But bear with me. I will do my best to make sure that I provide the daily reoccurring value to all of you. Beagle, you know damn right there is an ICP DeSci project. There's actually two. One is Noble, and one I will reveal when ICP starts